What's up guys? Welcome to the Singapore Zoo! This is ranked actually one of the top 5 zoos in the world, or one of the best ones in the world. So we were really keen on visiting this. If you've ever wondered what the inside of the Singapore Zoo looks like, we'll take you on a tour. And you can determine whether it's worth coming here or not when you're in Singapore. The entrance to the zoo is huge. There's so much to do before you even get into the zoo. Like eat, there's cafes, there's even a KFC, guys. It's got toilets, maybe change rooms down that way as well before you go in. Ticket prices, so you can either purchase here when you get to the zoo, which is $35 for an adult without a tram ride. If you want to add on a tram ride, it's an extra $5, so it'll be $40 in total. Kids under the age of 3 get in for free. So Flo just fits into that threshold, so we're lucky. We got our tickets online, so you can get it in places like Klook for cheaper. We got our ticket for $32, which includes a tram ride and entry ticket to the zoo. And it's a lot quicker to get in, so you don't have to worry about jumping into the queue to buy tickets. Anyways, we're gonna head in now and show you guys around. Let's go. The way they've set up this Rainforest Walk is super cool. Like, you don't feel like you're in the zoo because these animals aren't actually contained. So you've got these little monkey-like things that are just swinging above the trees off here, and then you're walking above crocodiles and all these fish. So it's pretty amazing. Like, I haven't seen a zoo set up like this. Looks like a freaking war machine, like a weapon. I legit feel like I'm in the rainforest, in the Singaporean rainforest. It's so lush, dense and green here, which is a really cool feel. It feels a lot bigger and more vast than the Bali Zoo, even though the Bali Zoo does feel rainforesty as well. And the paths are really flat and very pram friendly and easier to walk as well. So there are some stairs, but they usually have ramps that go around that where you can weave the pram around as well. So it's definitely easier to roll anything around. Let's go back to Australia, mate. Australia. So there's a really large main restaurant area, which is this at the center of the zoo?
I think so, I'm not actually too sure.
Not really too sure where it is. We think it's somewhere central, but you can't miss it. It's massive. It's basically, it's kind of like a big hawker food hall, like a food court kind of place, and really affordable here, which we didn't expect for a zoo, because normally in Australia at zoos you pay an arm and a leg for food. I'm talking like $25 for like a pie or something. It's ridiculous. But here, super duper cheap. It's like what you'd get, you know, out at a hawker street stall or at a food court. So the prices are quite similar, and drinks are about $2.50. So I got an iced coffee and an iced Milo, and they cost $2.50. So yeah, it's super affordable to eat at the zoo. You don't need to bring your own food. I don't think you should, because food is cheap. Matt, let me talk. Yeah, so eat up at Singapore Zoo. dinosaur. Most of the zoos that we've been to, they have a lot of playgrounds and outdoor play areas for the kids as well, which they have of course at the Singapore Zoo too, to get your kids, I mean if they haven't released enough energy, do it here. Alright, the one thing we've noticed in Asia is that there are a lot of different species of monkeys, like species that we never even knew existed. Like, take this one for example. It looks like it's got so many different colors to it, this monkey, that it looks like it's been given different body parts that's been attached to it, like a Frankenstein monkey. And then it's got a black bum, but then it's got a grey body, brown body, and then its legs are like orange. Franken monkey. Highlights at the Singapore Zoo for kids as well is the Kids World, and obviously they have a large water park and play area, so don't forget to bring bathers for the kids. We're not swimming today because it's really rainy and thundery, but if you come on a nice day, this is definitely a really good way to cool down. And within the water park there's rides, carousel, and there's pony rides that kids can go to as well at an additional cost. I believe it's about $3.20 Singaporean to go on a ride. And obviously they've got food around here as well for the kids, KFC, so you can rest, sit down while the kids play around in the water area. But be aware that they must be over 110 centimeters in order to play unaccompanied by an adult. Anyone who's under 110 needs to be accompanied by an adult. But we're going to keep going because there's another storm rolling in, so we don't want to get caught in it. Yeah, so let's roll on. So as expected, at a zoo, you'll find all the family-friendly family facilities that you need, like baby change tables and toilets and things like that. Just be aware that the toilets are a mix of squat toilets and your standard toilets, so if you do end up in a squat cubicle, you can just come out and wait for a standard toilet, like I did. Squat toilet. I don't know, maybe I'm the only female who doesn't know how to use them. Anyways, if for whatever reason you've forgotten to bring your stroller or baby carrier and you desperately need one, you can rent them at the Singapore Zoo. So it's actually just after the entrance on the right hand side. You can get one for 9 Singaporean dollars for your visit, which is about $7 US. And the best part, you can also rent an electric mobility vehicle. So, you know, they're those electric wheelchair things that like old people whiz around in. You can rent one of those because it's a pretty big zoo, and I would have totally done that if we didn't have kids. I would have just been whizzing around. You can get one for 23 Singaporean dollars for your visit, which is about $17 US. Totally worth it. I saw people whizzing around on it. It looked like so much fun. And they weren't all old. They weren't old. They were like my age. So I'm living a world of regret right now that I didn't go and rent one. And that's it, guys. That was the Singapore Zoo. I would highly recommend it if you're in Singapore with kids to visit the zoo, because I probably rate it as one of the best zoos that we have been to so far around the world. It's huge. You can spend a whole day in here, you know, checking out animals and going into the kids' world, letting the kids play in the aqua park area. So there's a whole bunch of stuff and activities that the kids can do in here where you really want to spend your time. Few points to note: do check the weather forecast before you come, because it can get rainy in little bouts here in Singapore. So we had to dash through it because it just kept raining. But bring an umbrella or a raincoat to be safe. Or check the weather beforehand. Bring some sunscreen as well, because obviously in Singapore it does get sunny as well. And they have a lot of drink fountains scattered across the zoo as well. So bring a plastic bottle or bring your own drink bottle, and you can fill it up there instead of buying new bottles. There's heaps of places to eat inside, outside, at different sections of the zoo as well. So you won't have to worry about bringing food because it's not expensive at all. Getting here is a little bit tricky. So if you're planning to transport it, if you're planning to public transport it, you're gonna have to catch a train if you're in central Singapore, and you're gonna have to change onto a bus as well. And it takes a fairly long time. We came here with a Grab taxi, which is what I'd recommend. It's not too expensive. If you're in central Singapore, it will probably cost you between 15 and 20 Singaporean dollars. If you're further out, like us, we're in Katong, costs about 26 Singaporean dollars, but totally worth it. You get here within half an hour. We've got more videos of things to do in Japan with kids. Make sure you check them out. One of them being Disneyland Tokyo, the best thing I ever did in my life. And the other one is Nara Deer Park. 2-day itinerary cycling with kids, which I'll link in the description below. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like, thumbs up. Comment below if you think there's a better zoo out there than the Singapore Zoo that you have been to that will beat this one, because for us, this one tops it. And obviously, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more of our videos of traveling around the world with kids, then make sure you subscribe to the channel for more. But we'll be back in the next video to show you guys more of our travels. Peace out.
Angry, hungry, yes, I'm hangry.